Let's discuss this example. So in this example, we have a subset of R2 with where R2 is with a Euclidean metric, and we have to find A interior. That means we have to find set of interior points of A. Okay, so let us see what is our set A. So A set A is defined in this way. It is a collection of points of R2 which satisfy this condition x is greater than y together with this point 0 0, that means origin. Getting? See, inequality is there, x is greater than y. I will consider equality and let us see what we get. If I consider x is equal to y, it represents a straight line which passes through origin and making an angle 45 degree with positive x-axis. So this line we have. But see, they have mentioned x is strictly greater than y. That means that part of line. Equality is not there, so that's why line is not included in a set. Getting? Points on the lines are not included in the set. That's why shown here dotted line. So the region is this part, okay, the shaded part of uh, which lies in this side of line, okay, together with this point 0 0 origin. So we have to find set of interior points of this set. So see, what is our method? We take one arbitrary point and we check whether it is interior point or not, or by considering the behavior, okay, of that point, we will guess what will be the interior point. So let us start. Let P is equal to P1 comma P2 belongs to A. I have taken any arbitrary point P1 comma P2 from A. So that means P belongs to A means what? A means xy belongs to R2 such that x is greater than y union singleton 0 0. Getting? So that means our point P belongs to this set A. Union is there, that means OR is there. Getting? OR. Union means OR and intersection means AND. That means our point P either belong to this set or it is equal to 0 0. So that means P belongs to xy belongs to R2 such that x greater than y or P is equal to 0 0. Okay, so that means there are two possibilities, either P is origin or P belongs to this set. So we will discuss these two separate cases. First of all, I will discuss this case, P is equal to 0 0, then what will happen, and after that I will discuss this case also. So let me write that thing here. Case number 1, case 1 is P is equal to 0 0. P is nothing but our origin. Let r greater than 0. I have taken any positive real number. Then bpr. That means what I am doing? I am selecting, I am considering a ball with center P. P means origin and radius r. So this ball we getting having center P and radius r. So I can write here. So this is xy belongs to R2 such that distance of xy, okay, from P means P1 P2 less than r. So this ball we have. See, by observing this diagram, you can easily say that ball does not entirely lie inside a set. It is going outside a set. From diagram we can easily see, but mathematically we have to prove. So now we have to prove that any open ball with center origin and radius r will go outside a set. This thing we have to prove. So how to prove this one? We have to find any point from a ball which lies inside a ball but it is not lying in a set. So that point I am going to select. Let I am taking one point minus r by 2 belongs to R2. So this point I have selected minus r by 2 r by 2. Okay. See, I will show that this point lies inside a ball but it does not lie in a given set. How to prove that this point lies in a ball? That means distance of that point from a center of ball should be less than its radius. So let us find distance of this point from center of ball. Consider distance of this point minus r by 2 from center of ball, which is P. Getting? So this is equal to distance of minus r by 2 P means origin 0 0. Okay, see, d means distance, but what have they mentioned? This is a Euclidean distance. Euclidean means norm. Using norm we can find it. So this is norm minus r by 2 minus 0, 0 0. So I will skip few steps here which are very trivial. Subtraction, you know, component wise subtraction, minus r by 2 minus 0 minus r by 2 and r by 2 minus 0 r by 2. How to find its norm? By taking square root. Okay, so that thing I will directly do here. Square root of its square is r square by 4 and its square is r square by 4. No need to consider minus sign there, because if you take square, that minus sign get vanish. So r square by 4 plus r square by 4, that means we will have 2r square by 4, that means r square by 2. So it will be r by root 2. Obviously it is less than r. Obviously it is less than r. That means distance of this point from P is less than its radius. So therefore I can declare, therefore minus r by 2 belongs to open ball with center P and radius r. That means this point lies inside a ball. Now I will show that this point lies outside the this set. Okay, but see, we have some space. Okay, make a screenshot of it, then we will write the next part of this example. So clearly we can write clearly minus r by 2 less than r by 2, since it has a minus sign. So therefore x is less than y, since minus r by 2 was a x coordinate and r by 2 was a y coordinate. Okay, so that's why x is less than y. Actually we should have x greater than y, but we are getting x is less than y. So therefore that minus r by 2 does not belongs to A. Okay, so x is less than y, as well as minus r by 2 and r by 2 is not a 0 0 also, getting? So that means it is none of these points. So that's why minus r by 2 does not belong to A. So therefore what we get, therefore this minus r by 2 belongs to open ball, center P and radius r, but that point minus r by 2 does not belongs to A. So we get one point, we get some point from this open ball which is not in A. So therefore clearly open ball with center P radius r is not subset of A. Getting? And this is true for all r. So therefore P is equal to, our point is 0 0, is not an interior point. It is not an interior point. Definition of interior point says there should be some r such that open ball with center P and radius are subset of A. But it does not satisfy the definition of interior point. So that's why we can directly declare it is not an interior point. So first case is over here, that 0 0 is not an interior point. So obviously we should go for the second case. Case number 2. What is our second case? Second case is P, which is P1 comma P2 belongs to this set. Belongs to 0 0 is over, belongs to, there is no space, so I'm writing here xy belongs to R2 such that x is greater than y. Okay, so first case was P belongs to this part, that means P 0 0. So that is not an interior point we got. So I'm discussing a second case, that is P belongs to this part. See, P belongs to this set, that means obviously P satisfy that condition. What is that condition? X is greater than y, that means P1 is greater than P2 here. Let us shift P2 on this side, P1 minus P2 greater than 0. So if you divide by 2, again it is greater than 0. So I am taking R is equal to P1 minus P2 by 2 greater than 0. So we got some positive real number. I'm taking it as a radius. Getting? I'm taking it as a radius. And now my claim is open ball with center P and with this radius is subset of A. So I'm going to prove that it is subset of A. Okay. See, that means we have taken the radius, we have selected point P from this part, and I'm going to prove it is open ball. There is open ball with center P, radius R, subset of A. How to prove this one? How to prove one set is subset of other? The technique is simple. We take some point from this set and we will prove that it is in A. So let us do. So let x comma y belongs to open ball with center P and radius R. Okay, there is no more space to write. Make a screenshot of it, then we will go further. See, that point lies in open ball. So that's why its distance from its center, P means P1 comma P2, is less than its radius. Okay. So this is a Euclidean matrix. So you know well how to find a distance. So this is nothing but norm xy minus P1 comma P2 less than R implies. So we can subtract component wise. So this is x minus P1, y minus P2 less than R. You know well how to find the value of norm by taking square root of first x minus P1 square plus y minus P2 square less than R. Several times we have done this thing, so that's why I'm going fast. Let us take square of both sides. So this is x minus P1 square plus y minus P2 square less than R square. See, sum of these two is less than R square. So each of them is less than R square. So x minus P1 square. So this is my x, okay, less than R square, and y minus P2 square. This is also less than R square. Let us take square root of both sides. So x minus P1, positive square root. That's why I'm taking mod, and y minus P2 less than R. So you know the property of mod, getting? So by property of mod, we can say minus R less than x minus P1 less than R, and minus R less than y minus P2 less than R. See, everything is not required here. Let us remove unnecessary part. Okay, so I will consider only minus R less than x minus P1. See, less than R is not required here, and here y minus P2 less than R. See, this minus R is not required here. So let us shift P1 on this side. So P1 minus R less than x, and this is y less than P2 plus R. Okay, I have shifted P2 on that side. But what is value of R? I have kept it here purposefully. Okay, so let us put this value of R here. So P1 minus P2 by 2 less than x, and y less than P2 plus R means P1 minus P2 by 2. See, it is not required. Let me remove this part now. So if you simplify, we will have P1 plus P2 by 2 less than x, and if you simplify again, we will have P1 plus P2 less than, by 2. It is greater than y. If you simplify, you will have this one. So see, both sides we have got same. Okay, P1 plus P2 by 2. But here x is greater than this number, but y is less than that number. So that's why we can say x is greater than y. So its logic is simple. A less than b, b less than c, so a less than c. So by that logic, I get x is greater than y. So this condition is satisfied. So therefore we can declare xy belongs to A. Since this point satisfies the condition of A. Getting? Basically, we had taken that point from open ball with center P and radius R, and we proved that it is in A. So therefore, what is our conclusion? Therefore, that open ball with center P radius R is subset of A. So finally, what is our conclusion? So conclusion is P belongs to A interior. Getting? So that means P is an interior point of A. So our conclusion is actually two cases we have discussed. Getting? Now in case 1 we had taken 0, 0 and we proved that it is not an interior point. But in second case, we took one arbitrary, we selected any arbitrary point from this set and we proved that it is an interior point. That means every point of this part is an interior point, but that 0, 0 is not an interior point. This is our conclusion. Let me write on a board, just make a screenshot of it. So I have written a conclusion on a board. Getting? So our conclusion is this 0, 0 is not an interior point, but other than 0, 0, any point from this part is, every point is an interior point. So what is the set of interior points of A? Every points of this part, that means entire set I have written here. Okay, so example is over. Make a screenshot of it. Thank you. Bye bye.